What's going on? All right, we got Justin Bieber. Feud
Welcome to
explodes.
TMZ Live, Harvey Levin here. I'm Alex Michaels.
Diddy's world comes crashing down. Okay, you guys heard the title. Justin Bieber feud explodes. I have no idea what's going on with Justin Bieber. You know, it's been a minute since I've heard about him. Yeah, I don't know what he been up to. I don't know how he been spending his millions. So we better see what's going on with Justin Bieber.
From Fox 11 filling in for Charles today.
Okay, so we are going to start with Justin Bieber. We broke a story that there may finally be a settlement of sorts between Justin and Scooter Braun, who was his not only manager, but mentor, Svengali, who turned into Justin's enemy the way Justin saw it. Justin thought Scooter was screwing him out of millions of dollars.
Dang.
We did a documentary.
The manager's stories again. All right. I hope y'all listening. Let's see where this goes. You know, I don't know how it's gonna go, but let's find out.
About this. And this documentary has triggered settlement discussions, we're told. And this settlement now between Justin and Scooter seems imminent. So let me just kind of break down the financial dispute here.
Yeah.
So Justin
Scooter. Wow. A Caucasian person with the name Scooter. Is that his nickname or like that's his real name, Scooter? And is Justin Bieber his real name, Justin Bieber, or that's his stage name? I really want to know. I have no clue, bro. I really don't. I don't know. Yeah, bro, I don't. Alright, so let's get it.
said, Scooter, you screwed me out of millions and millions, tens of millions of dollars by overcharging me commissions. And that ruined their relationship.
Four major signs. It's not your first time living on the earth.
In past life, you were.
We found out, actually, there was an independent audit.
Tens of millions.
And the independent audit was done by Price Waterhouse. And it showed the exact opposite.
And I be crying when I lose. Like around $300. Crazy.
That Justin owed Scooter
the money.
almost $9 million.
Which gives Scooter a lot more leverage now
Oh, shit,
as he's
bro.
trying to negotiate.
Crazy.
Right, well now Scooter said, you don't even have to pay me that money. I don't even care about the money, I'll waive it. But there are two outstanding things going on with money. One is this, that when Justin did the Justice Tour a couple of years ago and pulled the plug because he was having problems, he had gotten an advance, a $40 million advance from AEG.
Wow.
And when he pulled the plug, AEG said, you have to pay us back for the unused portion here. You owe us $26 million. Well, Scooter's company said, look, Justin doesn't have the money right now because Justin was almost broke. And Scooter said, my company will pay that, but you have to pay me back over 10 years. Justin made one payment and then stopped. Scooter wants that 26.
Dang, he said his company will pay that. Sheesh. His company. Okay, let's go.
$1 million back that his company owed, and Justin hasn't paid it, and that's one issue.
Yeah, so there was also an $11 million amount that we're told that Scooter had not been paid by Justin during the time that he was managing Justin's career.
Sheesh. Scooter is a boss. Yeah, he said Scooter is not to be played with, bro. He looked like a boss. He said, man, yeah, you can do your little singing and dancing, but my bank account's gonna be doing the real dance and shit. Guys, was that a bad joke? Let me know. That was a bad joke. I'm gonna stop. Alright. For sure, that shit's so funny. Bro, don't Scooter look like a boss? Don't he look like a motherfucking boss? Don't he look like somebody he shouldn't be played with?
Not related. This is before the Price Waterhouse audit.
Yep, not
this was
related
a long time ago.
to the audit. This is just separate from all of that stuff. But we're told that Scooter is willing to accept pennies on the dollar and give Justin a huge break in this. But yeah, so the big development here is that we are being told that Scooter and Justin are very close to settling this major financial dispute. Now, Harvey, you and I worked on this yesterday. We know that Scooter, his attorneys, and Justin's attorneys, they've been threatening each other for years. But ever since our documentary happened, a couple things have developed. Number one, Justin, when we're told, when he saw this documentary, he did not know about the audits. So he had learned that from our documentary for the first time, and you know, things are changing in his mind. He's starting to look at things differently. But also, Hailey Bieber, his wife, sold her beauty company Rhode for around $1 billion. So now Justin and Hailey are...
Justin Bieber and his girl, though. Okay, Justin. He out here with the millions, piping these little chicks, too. Okay.
You know, their wallets are very thick right now. So Justin is now financially able to pay back all of those payments that he had owed Scooter for many years.
The $26 million, we're told that he will pay back the $26 million, but like you said, Charlie,
26.
as for the $11 million, Justin kind of wins that because Scooter's going to get...
They playing with 26
I can't swear at him, Ed. Probably not. This is sick. That was...
pennies on the dollar.
Another point to this, too, we are being told that, look, everyone that knows Scooter and Justin knows that they had this extremely tight bond, this father-son kind of relationship. Obviously, that's soured within the past couple of years. You know, Justin unfollowed Scooter earlier this year. But we're told that when this settlement happens, which could be as soon as, like, the next week, they now are going to start working on healing, moving forward. They want to put this behind them. Look, are they going to be friends after this? Probably not. But at least the healing process for them individually can begin.
So essentially, after Justin watched this, he kind of reminded of some of what he loved about Scooter and just said, let's be done with this fight?
It's definitely possible that that's something that crossed his mind. I'm sure Scooter, too, you know, like I had mentioned, there is $11 million that Scooter should have been paid for different managerial things he did, contracts and things he did for Justin. But Scooter's willing to accept pennies on the dollar for that. You know, what was the thinking behind discounting that? You know, could have been something that Scooter's like...
I have an answer to that. Scooter wanted his $26 million back. And the deal was, look, do we want to fight this in court? Or do we want to just say, look, Scooter's got $1 billion. Scooter is wealthy.
And so does apparently Justin and Hailey right now.
Right now. But they spend money like crazy. I don't know.
Wow.
I mean, it's really interesting because there's so much history with them. And Scooter was like his dad for so many years. And, you know, watch the documentary. It's on YouTube now. It's called TMZ Investigates What Happened to Justin Bieber. But there was a moment during this whole feud where Justin and his church leader were in a meeting with Scooter, and Justin's feelings, his angry feelings, started to thaw. That makes me think maybe the door is cracked that much open.
But what do you make of what's happening with Justin in the last few days?
Wow. It's like these stories like keep repeating itself every time every celeb, like, it's always going through some shit like this, some issues with your manager and stuff like that. And it's hard, man. It's hard. It's hard to break relationships sometimes, man. You know, you guys go from dreaming really big, trying to achieve amazing things on the first day in the business office, and then a few days go by, stuff changes, you know? It's crazy.
All those angry text messages and everything he's doing on social media. I mean, it doesn't seem like Justin Bieber's in a good place. The documentary was about the fact that he wasn't, but it seems like it may be worse now.
It feels like it's worse. I mean, for him to say,
damn. So that's how life is. Like, what is going on behind the scenes? Like, what is really going on? Cause, you know, Justin seems to have, you know, everything though. Like, you know, he seems to have the life everybody is like striving to achieve. Like, he got I believe he owns a Lambo. Cause I mean, if you get over 26 million, I'm expecting you to have a Lambo. If you know. I know I'm not like a luxurious car type of guy, but like if I really have 50 million in my bank account, I'll probably have a Lambo or some shit. But then, yeah, he seems to have it all, and then they also goes through disruptions like this and shit. It's wild, man. It's unbelievable. It's crazy.
I am in essentially mental crisis, and
for the whole world to see.
Right. I mean, something really bad is going on.
Hi, my name is Ashley from Yorba Linda, California, and I was surprised to hear about how much money Justin owes Scooter Braun and that he's waiving quite a bit of it. And I think the big...
Damn. Justin Bieber owes Scooter Braun. So, okay. Yeah, it's really true. Most of the time, it's the it's the people playing the manager role with the bag, man. You know, the artists, they be needing help most of the time. You know, even though some artists can do it themselves, they expect people to look out for them. And then sometimes, since they are so convincing, it works, you know? Yes, man, wow. This story, you know, sounds believable. Yeah, most of the time, it's the managers getting finessed, you know, because, you know, they believe in the artist's music so much that, you know, they want to make it go big. You know, as a good friend, he wants you to blow up, take over the world, and, you know, they are both humans. They might go through different type of emotions, and somebody might think the other person is being fugazi, and it will cause a lot of friction and stuff like that. And especially when money is involved, man. Money does
here
this,
is,
man.
will Haley bail him out from
really
her
important.
huge
Money is
road
energy.
deal? And if I were advising Haley myself, I would say go ahead, but make Justin sign a post-nuptial agreement.
Well, Justin also sold his catalog for $200 million, so there's money there.
There is some money to go around.
Okay, we're going to move on.
And
so I have a hot take. AI is not just a buzzword if you use Monday CRM.
I'm so glad you said that. So for me, email composition works like magic. You know me, I'm not a great writer, but AI helps me keep it.
And so the big story is there's no trial today in the Diddy trial because a juror has vertigo, and that's enough to...
No trial? Sheesh. Does that sound good or bad? No trial in the Diddy situation. I think that's good. You don't want to go to court, bro. Like, man, I don't want to be there. I'd rather sleep till 12 p.m., bro. Nobody want to go to court, bro.
Cancel court for the entire day.
It's really interesting when you think about it. I mean, I've covered so many of these trials. A juror gets sick. You can't say, well, we'll just do it without them. They got to hear all the testimony. So you got 12 people, you know, probably with various medical problems, and some of them erupt, and one person brings down the trial, and that's what happened here.
Or like if one person's even late for the day.
You can't start.
You can't start. So it becomes a whole pain. So there's no, and so we were supposed to hear today on the stand. What were we supposed to hear today?
We were supposed to hear from Brendan Paul, and he was the guy who was arrested with the same day that Diddy's houses got raided.
At the airport.
Yeah, exactly. He was arrested for felony drug possession. So he's expected to go now on Friday. But I have to say, the big question now is just how sick is this juror? I mean, yeah, he has vertigo-like symptoms, and it sounds like that this was a...
Hey, that shit, that is so real, bruh. Because I've seen how these undercover cops be moving. Can't even skip it. But whatever.
Thing. He was apparently on the way to court, started feeling really bad, decided to head home, and it was actually his significant other who called the court and informed them that her husband wouldn't be there today. But is this a cold or is it something a lot more serious? Because if it's serious, I mean, hey, the prosecution was supposed to arrest on Friday, so now the schedule's getting all mixed up. It could create a lot of complications.
Vertigo, by the way, is the worst. I mean, it's where you lose your sense of balance. I mean, it is just awful. But a lot of times, it's very transitory, where, you know, there are people with something called Meniere's disease, which is an inner ear thing, where it can kind of erupt, but it usually goes away within a day. We will see. By the way, we now have information about the juror who was booted, juror number 6. There was a sense, we were told, that the defense had, that he might have been a sympathetic juror to Diddy. And that he wasn't necessarily buying the prosecution's case. The prosecutor is the one who asked that he be booted because they say he lied about his residence. Turns out he's not like this big Diddy fan.
Yeah, they thought he was maybe like a 90s hip-hop guy, and not really.
Not really. I mean, he was into Spanish music. He wasn't starstruck, we're told, by people. You know, one person in particular who's close to him, that he wasn't starstruck at all, and it just didn't matter to him. He is done with this case. He doesn't want to talk about this case, not going to write a book about this case. He doesn't want reporters bugging him about this case, and he's not talking about it. He's not even telling, you know, friends and relatives how he felt about the testimony so far, which frankly to me is the most interesting thing. How does a person who was on that jury...
You get a great sense of what everybody's thinking, and he's not there. So he's off, so that's an alternate that replaces him.
The second one's right on the brink.
Right, so if that... So how many do you have left?
I think there were 6 alternates, so there are 4 left. I saw this in O.J. Simpson. I mean, you see this in any case where, you know, it's a prolonged case, and especially where the judge says, you know, you're free to live your life outside, but don't look at any media, which is impossible with Diddy. So we will see.
Hi, I'm Michaela. I'm from Texas, and I'm unfortunately not surprised at all that there is someone getting sick in the courtroom or even before, because it's like they have to watch hours and hours of Diddy at these freak-offs. And I know that I would be feeling dizzy. They're probably...
Did she say she from Texas? Cause, and she just confirmed that she is not surprised. And guess what? Where I'm from. If you smart, don't let that shit go over your head, alright?
Mentally tired, and I hope they get the therapy that they should be getting.
Okay, move over Bill and Ted, because Tucker and Ted's Excellent Adventures are just wild. I mean, this guy went off on the senator.
On Ted Cruz, big fight in MAGA world on what we should do with Iran. Michael Knowles, who was Ted Cruz's podcast partner for years, joins us when we come back.
All right, guys, I think the Diddy situation is over.
If you've ever felt cheated by overpaying for a home improvement, you need to see this. My bathroom was 15 years old, and I needed to get it redone. I reached out to a few contractors, and they all quoted me an insane $15,000 to $20,000. I have been holding it off in this economy, but eventually I had no choice. When my friend, who's a realtor, came to see it,
like I said, guys, it's Midas Kofi, also known as Kofi Intifo. I appreciate you for watching this video. I'm grateful, I'm thankful for every person that's been watching my videos and watching it again and watching and clicking more of my videos. It means a lot to me, man. Don't stop here, man. Keep tuning in, keep supporting, keep showing love, man. Cause I really, truly, I am so grateful, and I appreciate you for doing that for me, man. Thanks. And I will work on my videos, man. Videos will get better, I promise you. I need to download a few apps on my computer, and I'm gonna touch it up for y'all, alright? And yes, link to all my social medias will be in my description. Tap on it, browse through, and let's stay in touch. Bye bye.